It's Wednesday the 25th of May and it's basket time, so we're going to get planting right now. I'll put a few trays out to give them watering. A lot of these I've just picked up from supermarkets, Lidl and that. Got like the Nicotiana, there's Lobelia, trailing Fuchsias I think, some Geraniums at the back, Petunias again, Verbena, and trailing Geraniums there. I've got a few other plants dotted around, so we'll see how I go along. The compost I'm used is nothing special, it's just a bag I had from, I think it was, yeah, B&M, it's 3 for a tenner, the 70 litres. There's a bit of rubbish in, but for the hanging baskets it'll do. I'll just add a bit of granules for the water retaining, and also probably some slow release fertiliser as I build the basket. I'm going to start off with the halo ring, so just pop that on there for the basket to sit on. Here we have the basket. It's I think it's a 14-inch basket this is, yeah. Just pop that on there. Here's the liner. Pop that inside. What else I'll put in is it's just a circle of plastic. Just pop it in the bottom. And I find that there helps retain the water in the bottom of the basket a bit longer, so you keep the plants moist. Another thing I'll do is I'll cut a number of slots around the inside of the basket through the liner to allow the side planting to have smaller plants like the busy lizards and that. Even with a sharp craft knife, this stuff's quite tough, so I'll do that. I'll get carried on and I'll come back to you a bit later on. In the end, I ended up marking the basket with felt pen, and I'll use a pair of scissors to cut the slots out because it's far easier than using a knife. Well, that took a bit longer than I envisaged. It's very, very tough this, and I ended up marking it out to say with felt pen and cutting it out with a pair of scissors. The basket liner of these 14-inch cost £3, and I must have cut £1.50 worth out of it, but never mind. So I've popped it back in the basket now, and all I need to do now is put the little plastic water retaining disc in the bottom, and then I can start popping a bit of compost in. Because the low holes at the bottom, I'll actually start planting more or less straight away, poking some through the sides. These will probably be plug busy lizzy plants. You may recall a few months back I had a couple of trifold of busy lizzy seedlings that I pricked out. Well, it seems as though they can't wait no longer and deciding to put their own show on for me, so I think these need to go out in the baskets now. These busy lizzies have been in the greenhouse on what's normally the heated sand bed, although there's no heat on. But because the sand's moist, they've really rooted, the roots have took off really well underneath into the sand, and as you can see, they've put on some good root system. Nice plant. Well, that's the bottom layer bedded in now, and what I'll do now, I'll just pop a bit more compost on the top, get the second layer in, and then I'll put some water retaining gel and a bit of Lysimachia, which is a slow release fertiliser. I've just brought the soil up to the top level now. What I'll do, I'll just sprinkle a few Lysimachia. These are slow release general fertiliser. I think they're activated by heat, but I'm not sure. I'll just tickle those into the compost. Another thing while we're at it, I'll just put a few water retaining granules in as well. Okay, on with the third and final layer. I've brought the basket into the greenhouse because it looks going to be cloudy outside and dark, so I think we might have a drop of rain soon. So rather than racing to get everything into the greenhouse, I thought I might as well do it now and be able to carry on regardless. What I've done, I've brought the soil level up to the just below the top of the rim of the basket liner, and I've added another few doses of the Osmocote slow release fertiliser and also some water retaining gel. Just lightly mix that in there, and now we're starting to fill the top of the basket out. I always start in the centre of the basket and try and give a centre piece which is going to be a little bit higher than the others, and then from then on just plant around as and when whatever I see takes me fancy. I'm not one of those who just put conventional plants into the hanging basket. If I like a plant, it goes in, and this is a bit unusual I suppose for an hanging basket. It's a Nicotiana or Nicotiana. Common name is the tobacco plant, and I like the flowers on these, so it's going in. Just make a little depression into the front. There it goes. I think these reach something like, I don't know, 10 inches in height I suppose at full maturity, although might be a bit higher than that. And it's got another one here which is a nice little geranium. It's just got a bit of a yellowish leaf here. I'll just take that off. I'll just pop it in the side. It is worth noticing when you're planting the basket up to keep in mind where the chains will be. So obviously don't plant right in front of the chain because the chain will pull through the plant. So bear in mind that and get through the gaps at the side. Yep. The next plant I'm going to put in is an upright fuchsia. I'm not sure of the variety of this because it's one of these I bought from the cheap supermarket when they were small. I've just potted it on, and you can see it's got a good root ball now, so I'm just going to whack that in the middle somewhere near and let that do its own thing. Another thing I've got here is a trailing geranium, or I think they call them ivy leaf pelargoniums, but it's a trailing geranium as far as I'm concerned. And again, keeping it between the chain connections, just drop it over to the side. Next up is a favourite plant of mine. This is a little Verbena, or looks as though there's two in here, two different colours, but never mind, just pop a little hole in. And in he goes. Another good reliable basket, his favourite is this Petunia. It's a lovely bluey purple colour this is, so I'll just pop this one in there. There it goes. I've got another Petunia here. I'm not sure what colour it is, although it's quite a light flare, probably white, so I'll just pop that one down here as well. So the basket's starting to fill out now, but there's still a few more gaps to fill. Another favourite of mine is the faithful trailing Lobelia. This stuff goes on and on for ages, so what I usually do is pop it near the edge of the basket and let it find its way over the side. So I'll just tuck it in here underneath the ivy leaf and it'll gently crawl over, hopefully. This is it. There you go. What I might do is put another one the other side just to balance the basket out a little bit. As you can see, the bulk of the basket now is more or less planted out, but there's still these little odd gaps around here where we can fill in. And what I do, I'll fill these in with, just like bedding, what they call dot plants. And I've got a nice little plant here. I'll just get out the pot and show you. It's a beautiful plant. It's called it's a trailing Diascia, and it's called Coral Rose. The colour is fantastic colour. So I think I'll just pop it in round this side. There we go. Around, see if we can find some more space for something else. Next plant to go in is this lovely little thing here. It's a trailing Brachyscome or something they call it. I know the nickname of it is the Swan River Daisy, and this variety is called Magenta Delight. So I'll just pop this in over here. To fill this corner here, I've got these, what I always relate to as the Grenadier Guards of the plant world, and with the bolt upright, bright red tunics up the top of and of course the salvias. I'll just pop these, there's 3 of them there I've ground in plugs, and I'll just pop these into this little gap in the corner. As you can see, there's soil spilling out the holes in the side, but as soon as you water that in, the soil will settle down, group together, and we'll be none the wiser. This plant here is another one which will trail nicely over the sides. It's a Lysimachia, and I think they've just check on the label yet. The variety is called Gold. Just check see if we can find any more gaps to pop anything in. There's a little gap here, so I think I'll try and get a little busy Lizzie in there if we can. There we go. I think that's about it. Can't see much more gaps anywhere. What I'll do now, I'll give it a little drink, hang it up, and I'll just show you. As I said already, the soil does pop out the sides a little bit while you're planting, but after watering it soon finds its feet and compacts a little bit, and they all get on happily with each other. And there we have it all watered. As you can see, the holes now have started to plug up. Now the soil's got a bit damp, and they'll soon bed in, it'll be alright. That's the first of the 14-inch baskets. I've got at least another 3, maybe 5 to do, plus 2 2.5 foot wall baskets, and I might have another 16-inch basket to do here. I don't know, I'll see how many plants I've got, and I'll let you see when I've finished them. Well, good morning folks, it's 31st of May, Sunday, and the weather outside don't look doesn't look very good. The plan for me today was to finish the baskets off. I've still only done one, but rather than bore you with all that, what I'll do, I'll give you a roundup in the next episode of the baskets planted out. What I'll do now is I'll just show you a few flowers. With this drop of rain we've had, it's brought a few flowers and nice. I've got a couple of nice little irises around my fish pond, so I'll show you those, and clematis and a couple of alliums. The rain over the last day or two has really brought the stuff on now, including the weeds, but I must say, there's the parsnips, and just looking over there, there's the swede where I sowed direct into the ground, which have really come on. Just have a quick pop inside the brassica bed, and as you can see the weeds haven't really grown there, so I need to get in there and do a bit of weeding. Just looking back on, I think it's somehow the pot gardener's last video, and he's on about his calabrese had gone into flower. Well, I've got the same thing here, as you can see. 2 or 3 have got them, and these have only been in the ground about 4 weeks, so depending on how well the crop, I think I might pop a few more seeds in, and when I pull these out, get a few more in and make use of the ground. Jim started it, and then Mark did, and now guess what? Ta-da! The greenhouse is all cleared out. Got the tomatoes and cucumbers and melons all in place. And there we have it. Most of the stuff is still outside. I'm going to say I'm hardening it off, but I've just took it because I've got nowhere to put it into the ground at the moment. But it'll be alright for the time being. Stuff's developing, so stuff will be coming out and I can pop more stuff in. I've still got some more beans to go in, the opera ones. Outdoor tomatoes and cucumbers, and still got all the baskets to plant up. One final thing in the greenhouse here, I'll just show you. These are the sweet candle, the first lot I planted in the greenhouse. I've just been having a ferret around in the, and as you can see, we've already got some carrot there ready, but I'm going to leave these and let them put a bit of size on. But I'm very happy with that at the moment, so that's the sweet candle. Just show you over the back. Got a few peppers all along the bottom here. There's a cucumber in the pot there. I don't know where I'm going to put that yet, but it's one of the mini varieties, so I can dump that anywhere. Cucumbers still a bit yellow. I'll give them a dose of Epsom salts yesterday, so I'm looking to see them change a bit of colour. Another 4 or 5 peppers down this side, and 5 that side, and everything seems to be tickety-boo. So that's one final look at the basket which I planted up earlier. As you saw, I can see that I've put some growth on since I've done, and the tomatoes are doing great. I was going to show this. Sam has just showed on his, and they're very good actually. It's a temperature sensor. I keep this one outside normally during the winter, and in the summer it goes in the greenhouse. That'll be going in soon, and what it does is it records the temperature outside and sends it by Wi-Fi wireless to recorder in the house. Let's have a quick look here. Not sure if that's showing. And this is the temperature sensor. I just took it off the wall. I'm actually in the conservatory now. Just have a quick look at it. It's got the date and the day with the moon phase on, the time, the temperature in here, which is only 16.7, but it feels pretty good. 68% humidity, and outside it's 11.8. That little arrow there pointing downward shows the temperature's actually dropped, and it's also at 77% humidity. So they're good things, these are, and I'll be putting the sensor in the greenhouse very soon on the allotment, just so I can keep a check of the temperature if it does get a bit too high. Batteries last, well, I've had this since Christmas, and I haven't changed the battery yet. While I'm here, I'll say a thank you to Nora Hepburn, who I noticed on one of the videos she's using these Velcro ties, and I asked in one of the comments, and she said, I think it was Wilco's or some of the pound shops, but I found these really a godsend. It's I've got 3 rolls in the pack. That's what a roll looks like, and you just chop off what you want. And I've gone through all my plants in here, and as you can see, used them, and they're fantastic. And as the plants grow, just unzip the tie, loosen it off a bit, and back again, and the job's done. Great thing. So thanks very much for that one, Nora. I appreciate that. I don't know when the next episode will be, but I think I'm sure it's a week or 2 weeks today. I think I'll be at Gardeners World Live. And I plan on doing a video, probably not as long, but somewhat similar to I did at the Malvern show, just to show people who's not been what it's like there, and we'll go from there. If I get another episode up in the meantime, I ain't sure, but thanks very much for watching anyway. To all the new subscribers, thank you very much, and if this rain carries on, I'm going to have a nice day in front of my computer catching up on all your videos. So, see you later. Bye there.